Okay, so what you want to do before you even turn it on, you want to make sure you got a good flow like through here. Want one even speed. Let's see if we can actually do that. A little bit of bounce there. Okay, so what you want to do before you even turn it on, you want to make sure you got a good flow like through here. Want one even speed. Let's see if we can actually do that. There's a more advanced model on this. It's got this calibrated millimeters, so you don't have to, you just dial it in. Now let's try it. Much better. These rec skates were used, and so there's almost basically no toe pick. These are kind of, they were turned down from the previous owner. But this cuts these very quick for being just rental skates. These are some Soft Tech size 1 recreational skates. Have been sharpening, basically rentals. You question yourself, how good is good enough? Use the SSM2 swing iron machine, which is real quick, to go through and just try to get some type of edge on these. I've done these two. This one I probably need to do another pass on. But here's what I started with. See, you got rust. It's one thing. But you also have to where on here you've got a rounded edge, and it's all dull because this has been walked down the concrete. They went off rubber mats and kind of went up in the stands or did something stupid and walked down there. So this is not due to, this damage here is not due to normal wear. It's got an edge that's rolled over. It's almost like it hasn't been deburred after skating. And it's got a good, fairly rolled over edge and chamfer on it. Now here I've gone through and the SSM2 have sharpened this. Got a nice edge through here. This is really sharp through here. And I've got this, to get this to where it's knife edge sharp on here, I need to probably go a couple more passes. Now, these are actually from another rink. They were given for a class. And these have been turned down just because they probably used a tabletop machine and wailed on it. Normally they're not like that. And then when we got them, they had the toe tips were ground down. Normally you'd only want to go to here and leave the toe pick, but when we got these in, they were all kind of boogered up and the toe picks were already ground down. I do have a little bit of chatter through here. Now if it's your own skates, you're going to protect them, but in rentals here, you get to where this whole edge there is really rounded right through here. This is just that's unskateable right there, unless the ice is like mush. That edge right there is totally dull. You can see probably about 1/100 of an inch of just chamfer rollover on that. So you got to take a lot off to get to a good edge. This has got sharp edge here, not so much here through here. So this one I just did, it's got a sharp edge through here. Right through here it's not totally sharp because it's got to go and eat through the damage. Again, these are just recreational skates that are by Jackson. Surplus size 1, little bitty guy. This one I just used SSM2 to sharpen it. Did about 3 or 4 passes, I think 4 passes. And it's probably good enough for rentals. It's got pretty much bite the whole way. There's a little area here. If you take the radius of curvature, that's going to determine the contact area. If you've got a tight radius, you've got a small contact. If a gentle radius, you have a larger length. basically going to touch. It doesn't have to be perfect because they're just going to get screwed up. So what you got to do is just keep on going to where you think you've got an edge on there. And right here, this doesn't. It's got an edge here. That's just smooth as can be right there. Sharp here, not here yet. So I got to take some more off. Okay, on this one here, this pair I took and went 6 passes and got it so the bulk of all of it, it's got a nice sharp edge. It kind of has hesitator right there in the swing arm. Not the greatest. And I didn't go all the way to the toe pick because you don't want to do that. Again, these are recreational skates, which is kind of a sort of a figure skate blade. Again, the tail end of these have been turned down. Okay, on this pair, I did 7 passes. The outside edge here got sharp after about 3. The inside edge had to do about 7 to get it to where it's got a good edge along through here. And here's one that I haven't, this is the left side I haven't done yet. So this is very typical. You can find that you've got to go more on one side, more passes to get one edge to clean up to the other. It can either because the other person didn't get this to be square, they got the blade dressed to where it's like this or like this, fixtured the machine wrong, or you just got gross damage where somebody's gone through and walked and beat on it on one side. This one I had to go 9 passes because it had a real damaged area through here. Again, these are recreational skates. So I've got a defined edge. If there's a small gap in there, it's not going to make that much difference because you're contacting the ice over here like this. But you've got to do an awful lot to clean it up. And then these rental skates will probably get screwed up in just another week, maybe, who knows. Depends on how well they take care of them. If it's a set that a customer's using, their own, you go down to always to get the edges to be pretty much perfect. Okay, this is a 6 pair skates. I've done 6 passes. Got an edge on here. I still got a dull edge through here, and it's a big enough gap that you're not going to go through and touch the ice, so this is not good. It's not good to have one where you've got one that's got a good edge and one's bad. You'll give somebody bad false confidence. So I've got to do some more passes to go ahead and get that to clean up. And that's, again, that's damage from walking on the concrete. 2 more passes and I finally got a decent edge developing on here. Okay, this last number 1 of the pair number 5, I wanted to do about 4 passes to get very sharp edges on both sides. Got good. Again, these are rec skates. They kind of have a blade with the prior owner, the prior rink turned down the toe picks, and this part tends to be rounded too much up. It should go. It's a good bit that's taken off in some of these. Some of these, if this is actually sharp, I'm only going to here so that maybe with time it'll actually get corrected. This is the last of the number 5, 5th pair. I went through and sharpened. It only took about 4 passes to get it nice and sharp on the edges.